your spot at the playoffs.
A lot of Copenhagen Flames stands on the desk. You know what? I'm a Patsy stan. I believe I'm a Patsy sort of guy, and I have to agree with the Desto. I feel like Copenhagen Flames, they have what it takes. Again, it comes down to the historical context as well. They know how much is on the line. They know how close they got in the previous Legend stage in this PGL Stockholm Major. But here we go, jumping into the final map. As you said, Vince, right now it's basically a best of one rather, and Spirit starting on the CT side. It did come down to Dexter and Magix, as Maui pointed out, to kind of deal out the pain when they took down Astralis early on. And Copenhagen Flames now starting on the less favored side of the final map in this series. It is going to be a fast play coming in towards the B bomb side, and what a tap by Magix.
Magic setting it alive, and Chopper closelining Zyphon down to the ground. He will fall. Yabi, in the meanwhile, though, going in for the plant. Does have a little bit of backup as well from Huxi. And Nikodos is watching down on the ramp side. Any rotational plays that come in, he'll be there to deal with them accordingly. But now in the cave, that seems to be where Copenhagen Flames will live or die. Take this pistol or indeed be repelled. As they've pillaged the side already. Nikodos, big kill onto Patsy. A huge contingent that falls with him, and Huxi on the cross. A crisp headshot. That could be the tides turning in favor now of the T's. As the bomb is being denied around the corner on the pillar. They look for the full-on defuse, but it gets denied. And it's a great shot from Dexter, who picks up 3, but there's not enough time. It's chaotic. It's messy. But it's going to be Copenhagen Flames to claim first blood.
Yeah, the opening tap from Magix, I thought he'd done enough to at least give them the advantage. And also Chopper on the bomb side finding a double, but great work there. We had a long flank taking place from the side of Copenhagen Flames, so it was taken care of. It was Nikodos able to take care of the flank from, I do believe it was, I'm not sure who it was, but nonetheless, there we go. This is the flank. And Nikodos is reading it perfectly, finding Patsy, clean trap from Huxi, and a valiant attempt coming in from Dexter. But as you pointed out, Vince, at the end, it was not quite good enough. Copenhagen Flames winning a very, very crucial pistol round here. Start things off on the T side of Ancient. Early control being rested off Jaguar. Got a Mag-10s in the hands of Roy and Zyphon, allowing them the mobility they've been looking to utilize. Chopper able to find one, but at least the trade will be good. Look at the aggression coming out here from Siren, trying to get the flank. But Copenhagen Flames, Yabi, more than capable of putting him down. Meanwhile, both the SMGs have been lost, mind you. A trade has taken place. Magix finding the player inside of Jaguars is going to come down to these 3 rifles. Huxi, Yabi, and Nikodos. They still have a lot of time to work with. For the CTs, this is M4A1 in the very capable hands of Magix. We have Patsy playing inside a donut with that 5-7 where it could be extremely deadly. And of course Dexter with the scout. What can he do? You can see Spirit now slowly peeling back here as Copenhagen Flames hasn't shown anything. Patsy on a one-man fact-finding mission towards mid. As we see Copenhagen Flames slowly peeling back towards the B bomb side, and that is information getting gleaned by the push from Patsy. You can see the 2 CTs now rotating back towards the B bomb side. 34 seconds on the clock. Copenhagen Flames, they need to make their way into the bomb side right about now.
No nades or kits, though, means that if they're going to win this round, it feels like they're going to have to stop some of those pushing members before they can get situated on the site. And now Patsy, doing his due diligence, just making sure they weren't clumped in A main, knows for a fact this is a B hit. Now the grenades start to come in. Well-placed smokes, though, will allow Copenhagen Flames to get this plant down. And this is where it gets a lot more difficult on the side of Spirit. You have 3 players still alive, but there's no flashes, smokes, incendiaries. Nothing to allow you safe passage back on here. Flash is good to force away Magix, but now the smokes are starting to dwindle, starting to fade away. And Magix stepping back up. With the M4, they're going for this. No saving shenanigans will be forthcoming here, and that's why Patsy and Magix both come in, and Dexter also takes the head with the scout. What a beautiful retake that is.
You pointed out, Vince, they had no utility going into the retake, and it looked like Copenhagen Flames had done enough, but somehow all 3 players finding a kill apiece. A scout headshot from Dexter at the end. We had the M4 pre-fire around the corner from Magix, and of course the 5-7 as well from Patsy. And Copenhagen Flames, despite a hard-fought pistol round, immediately Spirit snatches one back. At least the bomb plant will allow Copenhagen Flames to go for yet another buy. We did see a lot of force buy wars transpire on both on Vertigo and on Mirage as well. Spirit now The AK-47 and Galil retrieved. They have the M4s as well in play. Chopper with the MP9. This time it's a fast move towards A.
Oh, the flashes are good. And the follow-up damage is there as well. Siren can only muster up the kill. Onto Zyphon, falls instantly afterwards. There is a kit drop down onto the site, but now a barrage of grenades find their way on Donut. There is a gap, though, that Patsy can exploit, but that's been filled in. From the secondary smoke, the incendiary also spreads up, creeps up the wall, and does 40 HP worth of damage to Patsy, but more importantly, gives the sound cue across to the now defending T's. Copenhagen Flames already half of that timer starting to tick away, and Nikodos connects the headshot with the Deagle from downtown. Roy steps up, gets one of his own, 2-on-2. Hooksy will fall prey to Patsy's AK, and another successful retake against the odds. We'll see Spirit dial in their second round.
That was a hectic retake, but a 2 versus 4. Magix and Patsy, the fact that Patsy just spins around and finds a player inside a temple. Huge retake. I felt like Copenhagen Flames actually, they got that one done, right? They find Siren on the A bomb site, they take him down, the smokes bloom, they get the bomb down. They're in a very solid post-plant positions as well. The Nikodos with the Deagle even able to decapitate one of the CTs on the retake. Copenhagen Flames, though, to get the bomb down, and that means yet another force buy will transpire. They know there are only a couple of players staying alive here. Patsy needs to be careful. Trying to play at the edge of the smoke. The Flames looking at his feet, but he's going to be towering above. Timing is everything. Hooksy with the Deagle. And Patsy sees him at the edge of the smoke, and he will be found. Dexter with the AWB train. This is going to be shooting gallery, and he's going to find the first.
This baits Nikodos out as well. If he gets too aggressive, Siren is there to mop him up. And the janitorial duties go to Spirit as they clean up this round so comfortably. Not a single point of health lost apart from Patsy, who's only lost a meager 16. And Roy and Yabi, hot off the back of a Copenhagen Flames full-on investment, are down to 1, and you can make that absolutely nothing whatsoever. This should be a save and a golden chance now for Spirit to start to pick up the pace.
Considering that was a force buy coming in, a great job from Spirit for just keeping Copenhagen Flames at bay. Not really suffering any casualties there. 3-1 start here for Spirit. And this is them running it back, Vince. The first map, Copenhagen Flames winning pretty convincingly on Vertigo. Then Mirage, Spirit punishing Copenhagen Flames, winning in a very convincing fashion. And now off to a banging start here. Despite Copenhagen Flames winning the pistol round, down to just the light pistols. No armor being invested in. They do have a little bit of utility, which should be used up as they come charging into the site. Magix is going to have a very comfortable time picking up all the members, even being helped out by his teammates there, even though there was a bit of a team flash and a flawless clean round there. This is what he pointed out, Vince. Like they needed to make a couple of these rounds very clean. They've indeed managed to do so. And in the past couple of rounds, their economy would have blossomed substantially. Now, Copenhagen Flames, what do they have in store for us over here? The buy is going to be coming in. Both teams very capable. That being said, Spirit looked fantastic against Astralis, right? You just go back just a few days prior, and they just dismantled them on this map. One of the best teams in the world on Ancient.
I think it was a 16-6, if memory serves me correctly.
Yep.
They obliterated Astralis. So definitely don't count Spirit out. Still super early days, and let's not write Copenhagen Flames off. This game is far from done. But the early stage is looking good for the CIS region team. Chopper, in the meanwhile, using that smoke as a bit of sanctuary, but he takes a bit of damage. Needs to back away, will successfully do so. Dodging bullets. He will be joined by Patsy as well, but Dexter, not for the first time on the big box, making use of it with the AWP and smoking down to allow him different angles of defense. Warden on the site, joined by Siren, may not be required, but there's still 2 players here, and Patsy's getting around the back of them. He may not see them until it's too late. They're going to line up, and there's easy kills for Patsy, and an easy round on top of it. Copenhagen Flames being dismantled, dissected, and ripped apart from Spirit.
I love that flank, Vince. I love it. And he's looking for more as well. Just pushing down mid, finding that little bit of a timing, little bit of a window. He's looking for more as well. Duking it up at Hooksy, who will eventually take down Patsy, but the damage has been done. Look at how deep Dexter is. The bomb is in no man's land. I do not foresee Copenhagen Flames bringing this one back. They're going to go for the double swing perhaps, but no. Dexter finds Hooksy. Roy trying his desperate best, and he will find another one, Vince.
10 HP though, and they know exactly where he is. Time's also so low. He has to go for the A side if he wants to win this round. Flash is good, but Siren's aim is better, and that is 5 rounds in a row now to Spirit. Keep in mind, they didn't win the pistol. That went the way of the Flames, and everything since the pistol round has been one-way traffic, with Spirit cruising down the highway in full control.
Considering it was a 4 versus 2 there, actually just great. Actually, never mind, it was a 5 versus 2 there, and the bomb was dropped like at the entrance of the A bomb site. So the fact that they were able to actually inflict quite a bit of damage, I guess that's something Copenhagen Flames can be happy about, but right now just the pistols once more. And for Spirit, money is so fantastic. Nate, a little too deep, not doing too much of damage. An unfortunate position for Patsy to be caught out in as they come charging in through the smokes. An early pick going the way, and Spirit immediately pivoting back towards CD spawn. Now the smokes have been deployed by the T's, but they're not taking advantage of it, Vince. They slow things down. They still have one more smoke and a flash in hand, and now they have a rifle picked up, and it's in the very, very capable hands of Roy.
That's a good point. He's also typically a player that performs very well on Ancient. It always feels like he's having good performances on this map. So put an AK in his hands, and maybe, just maybe, there is a way to crack back in. Even if they're unsuccessful in terms of winning the round, as long as they can deal enough damage on a few of these players, just whittle away the economy a little bit, that could be good enough. But with a player advantage and 50 seconds allocated on the clock, Spirit will feel like there's a couple more twists and turns in this 7th round yet. Dexter's playing a dangerous game with the smoke, but tosses it down eventually. I say that because there is Hooksy that's up close in cave, and if he wide swings at the right moment when they have grenades out, they could get really messy.
Yeah, this defense is just so solid for the side of Spirit, and it looks like Copenhagen Flames might be walking into the blender here, Vince.
Chopper flashed out. Oh, he bites off more than he can chew. Tried to spin to the second player before he finished off the first. But now all the weaker players are being battered and bruised where they stand. And Zyphon, who was off on the flank, will have very little to say in this round. Could maybe sneak around the back, but there's 10 seconds and Siren checks it anyway and slams the door in his face.
That was some impressive combat opping coming out from Dexter. Behind the pillar, it's not easy, Vince. You know, he was hitting some nutty shots indeed, and there we go, replay. The first one, a quick little fast scope. The second one as well. Great hole, considering Chopper got taken down, and that was a right call from Spirit, right? They were a man down. They didn't really have too much of information. They saw how much time was remaining on the clock. Nice flashbang. Chopper not quite able to get the kill, but the hold on the side of the bomb side. Maui pointed out on the desk, it was Magix and Dexter, the powerhouse veteran duo on this lineup, who were the bane of Astralis on this map, and they're showing why here. And Copenhagen Flames, at least now, it is the full-fledged buy. Nikodos has got the AWP, his weapon of choice in his hands. AK-47's abound in a full kit of utility. Spirit, though, 6 on the trot, Vince. Sure, a couple of them have come down to the wire. We saw the 2v4 retake on the A bomb side. Even this was a man disadvantage. And came down to the heroics of Magix and Dexter. But doesn't matter how, Vince. They're winning the rounds. And their money is so very good right now.
This is an uphill climb for Copenhagen Flames. There is going to be no gimmies. No free way back in. Have to fight this one tooth and nail. And for the time being, it would appear that they have their sights set on the A side of the map, where Siren is laid in wait. Donut control is forthcoming as Patsy is sat there. And Red Room had Dexter, although he's now rotating across to the B side. They are walking slowly. There's no flashes or smokes to precede this. They're also boosting up. This could catch Spirit off guard, but Siren is playing an angle where he's not really giving himself available to Siphon's positioning.
Going for the contact plate, smoke's going to bloom, and that's going to be the tell, Vince. The smoke's going to be a little too late from Siren, but the 3 CTs now lying in wait, and the Molotov is perfectly timed from the CTs.
Yeah, it's a fantastic Molotov. It stops any push. They still have to deal with that play that's boosted up, but Siphon's now been found by Siren, and in doing so, that significantly hampers this push in, especially as there's a smoke in the eyes of the rest of the T's, but they may think that this is a fake. They're rotating 2 players off. They're leaving Patsy alone, and he's not even in a forward position. He's in Donut right now.
This is questionable from the side of Spirit, but now with the smoke starting to bloom, they know they're just going to go for the contact play here. And now Patsy knows, he knows his player outside here. He needs to win this duel. He will indeed. Chopper finds 4v2 now and only 8 seconds on the clock.
Seconds, they're falling so quickly though to the CT aggression back onto the site. They push through Temple and they completely decimate that push. Nikodos at least holds on to the AWP, but we're getting into that kind of territory now, Blair, where saving an AWP here and AK there isn't good enough. You have to start biting into this economy. You have to start really making Spirit respect you on this T side.
Yeah, and with the last one is kicking in, it's a max loss bonus, but they didn't get the bomb down, so even if they do go for a buy here, it's going to be maybe a couple of AK-47s, a couple of them might go for the Galil just so they can afford a bit of utility. Utility is paramount here on this map. Doesn't matter if it's T's or the CTs. I liked a little bit of a switch up from Copenhagen Flames there. They went for more of a contact play towards A bomb site, and you could see Spirit were feeling uncomfortable. They were the rotations were just oscillating within the A and the B bomb site, but Copenhagen Flames taking a little too long there. And again, great hold. And even though for Spirit, even though they kind of relinquished control of that A bomb site, as long as a player inside of Donut stays alive, and as long as it does his job, it was not going to be easy at all for Copenhagen Flames. 7-1 here. The buy will be coming in. So 3 Galils just so they can eke out a decent buy utility-wise. And look at this, though. The aggression from Spirit, the smoke for double doors, Molotov, Patsy just running in through the flames, and someone finds a little bit of a position to stay alive in. A Siren, in the meantime, finding Hooksy at mid.
Maybe some nerves creeping in as well. We're starting to see some of those duels that you'd expect Copenhagen Flames to win out on. Coming out second best. Patsy now on the wide swing. Will claim the life of Yabi and snatch it away. Dexter misses out on the shot, but he keeps himself alive. He must realize, though, that Nikodos may be moving into position, and it's a great placed Molotov to force away the T's again. This just feels like Spirit are bullying Copenhagen Flames at this point.
Like an anaconda just constricting around them. They have no entries. Just the way Patsy and Dexter are playing towards mid, they have to relinquish that position, now grouping up. But guess who lies in wait? 2 players. It's Magix and Patsy.
Magix with the off angle, not going to check that to start things off, and Zyphon now will have to peek out into the embracing arms of Magix, and he makes him disappear as well. It's all on Nikodos, but not for much longer. Another round where not a single Spirit player falls.
Clinical. Like a surgeon's knife. Just completely shredding apart, dissecting that attack from the side of Copenhagen Flames. That no control for the entirety of that round, Vince. That was brilliant stuff from the side of Spirit. And just Patsy, the way he's pivoting towards mid, helping out his teammate. Dexter, he missed his first shot, and you can see the Molotov and the flash being deployed by Patsy to continue to have control of mid early on. And of course, just a complete shutdown. The pistols come out to play here for Copenhagen Flames. Hooksy once more at mid. He's just been getting absolutely wrecked at mid. No trades possible. Right now, though, it's kind of like just a pistol, so maybe getting the bomb down could be a win here for Copenhagen Flames, but things are looking very, very rough indeed for the Danish side. 8-1 for Spirit. Now, they do have a couple of smokes, so they can smoke off short and long. Just try and swarm the bomb site, and that's what they're going to try and do here.
That's it. Just try and stampede over the site and just hope for the best. But they're walking in to Chopper. 1-for-1 trade. Maybe good enough to yield the bomb plant, but unlikely to be much after that, considering the amount of utility that Spirit still have. They've got a HE, they've got an incendiary spraying through the smoke. And it's a kill from Magix. The bomb planter of Roy is able to escape and vanish out of there unseen. But considering that Nikodos is about to get mollied out into the open, there's a flashbang that precedes it. Looks to try and line up a couple of heads, but nothing is really working out for Copenhagen Flames. They finally getting their hands on a couple of kills, but Patsy's going for the full defuse. Roy has denied that though, and with a low Dexter, this is actually winnable. Magix is down to 28 as well, and the bomb is ticking away. Magix may try and tap onto the bomb, draw away some of this fire. He goes in for the full defuse, and Dexter's going to try and keep him busy. Gets the kill, and that should be the defuse on top of it. It's a valiant attempt from Roy, but it's going to fall short.
Oh, that came down to the wire. What an attempt from Roy there. Even the flashbang for his teammate to kind of help him to escape from the flames. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do much with it, but a nice try at the end, and Dexter finally putting him down. Third timeout getting used here by Copenhagen Flames on their T side. This is the first half. and they are just getting obliterated by Spirit. Got a little spicy there, though, right? The pistols up close and personal. They just had the 2 smokes to work with. They were able to swarm the bomb site, isolate the 1 player, take him down, and Roy almost clutching it out with a retrieved M4A4. If Nikodos was able to get the timing, maybe land a kill with Deagle, this could potentially have been the route for Copenhagen Flames, but woulda, should've, rather. And Spirit, they are fired up. The money is in a fantastic position right now. At this point, even if Copenhagen Flames are able to string a couple of rounds together here, I don't fear for the money for Spirit. They can buy whatever they want. As Copenhagen Flames now, it's a bit of a tactical timeout, so obviously the team cannot talk to each other. But they're stewing right now, Vince. They are looking a little lost. They're looking like they're floundering here on this T-side. We know how hard a T-side can be on Ancient. But it's just rough, right? You start on the T-side and then you win only the pistol and you're just getting steamrolled here. It's still early days. We've seen so many teams where they have a rough start but able to eke out maybe 3-4 rounds in the T-side at the very end of the half and then mount their comeback. That is still within the realms of possibility here for Copenhagen Flames. But Spirit are looking dominant.
Nades out through middle, double nade, Yabi flown to smithereens, and Siphon can't get the counteractive kill, can't get any kind of revenge. And this is what I was talking about before. It's not just that they're being comprehensively outmaneuvered and outpincered. When it comes to dueling, Copenhagen Flames just seem a couple of milliseconds behind Spirit at every given turn, every given angle. And we've had a tactical timeout call. We've had a little bit of a chance, a bit of reprieve for Copenhagen Flames. We get back underway, and it's the exact same outcome. Spirit will be dialing in their 10th round. And if they do get out of this without losing any players, I think this is like the 5th time this half that they've won a round without actually conceding a single life in the process.
Yeah, it's ludicrous. Patsy's on 13-4. Magic's is 12-1. Dexter 14-2. If that doesn't tell the story on its own, I don't know what else will. Mid control has been non-existent for Copenhagen Flames. They've tried almost everything, but every single time, Spirit seem to have the answer. They're going to be coming in for this B bomb set anyway. Molotov getting deployed. Nikodos having a lot to do with the AWP. He's also got a bomb on the back of his back, but Hooksy's been stymied by the smoke.
They're getting to a point where Copenhagen Flames just need rounds, and they need them right now. So they will be going in for this. Magix has the angle covered. Nikodos still puts him down, though. And now Siren's dropped. Patsy's down to 1 HP. This would effectively be a 5-on-2 if they can pull this one out the fire. But Dexter has the drop on Hooksy. Was completely unknown. His position unknown, but Nikodos still connects onto him. And with 7 seconds to play with Patsy, we'll make sure that Copenhagen Flames do not double up their overall round tally. It's 10-1.
Nikodos did almost everything to make that possible. And Siren, he was the one who was so very low in health, but he picks up the AWP and he does not miss. Some great shots coming out from Nikodos there. But the repositioning from Dexter, walking in deeper into the bomb site, they weren't expecting that. Once he finds Hooksy, it's all the Nikodos to clutch it out. And unfortunately, one of the closest rounds we've had thus far in this first half, and it will still go the way of Spirit. And this time around at Copenhagen Flames, they don't throw bodies at the problem. That's what they've been trying every single time at mid, and every single time they seem to lose 1 or 2 players very early on. This time to slow things down a little bit.
Oh, Roy.
Well, oh, it's quite a bit of damage.
40 health, yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been worse, but it could have been a whole lot better. And there's the flash. You can just see the confidence coursing through the veins of Spirit. They feel they can win every single trade. They're pushing in, getting the information, darting back out again. They're so fluid. And on the other side, it feels like Copenhagen Flames are completely, they're just stiff, they're rigid. Feels like the pressure is getting the better of them right now.
The one thing working their way right now, Vince, is the fact that firstly, they have all 5 players alive, and this, look, the timing on this from Zyphon, if you can find Siren, but no. Siren will sing him his song of death. Zyphon will fall. The incendiary as well will prevent Yabi from trying to go for the trade. But we do see the members of CPH slowly creeping back towards this A bomb site.
Yabi nullifies Siren. That does open up a bit of business on the A side, but they've lost B. So even though this plant will be forthcoming, it's going to be a 4-on-3 retake, and with Yabi on 5 HP and a HE in the hands of Dexter, this is a very clutchable round if you are on the side of Spirit. 3 players filtering into the CT side, looking to try and regain control over Temple. And meanwhile, they have Patsy still in the donut, who's playing the forward position. Yabi gets 2 headshots from there. 5 HP, make it 3 as well. And that's the kind of moment, that's the kind of play that can motivate a team, that can get their heads back in the game.
They needed that, Vince. They absolutely needed that. And Yabi, he answers. He answers for his team. 5 HP, you pointed it out. This is all Yabi. He gets the opening pick down to 5 HP, and the off angle finds 2. Dexter not quite able to land the shot, and Yabi playing this one to perfection. There was no margin for error for Copenhagen Flames, but finally, after the pistol round, they find their second. But they need more, if you ask me, Vince. Yabi once more running ahead. He can actually catch a player off guard. Siren caught with his pants down. Copenhagen Flames may be coming alive. Magix finds 1, but they're getting slaughtered here. Patsy and Magix, the 1-2 wombo combo. Zyphon trying to trade, but he will not find anything. Only able to upgrade his weapon and fall back and retrieve the C4. Despite losing the opening duel, Vince, Spirit, they snatch it back.
Exactly, it's that proactivity that we were talking about. They lose a player, screw it, we're going to dictate the pace of this round. Zyphon walks into a minefield of HEs and incendiaries. Yabi's going to have this kill. The barrel betraying Dexter. And Yabi's not going to miss out on that opportunity. Smoke will extinguish the Molotov, gives Chopper eyes on the positions to funnel their way onto the A side. Problem is, though, he knows the AWP is still in place, so he can't overextend here. Chopper, in the meanwhile, just gets butchered by Huxi on the cross. And it feels like Copenhagen Flames may not be done just yet. Speculative spray nearly claims the kill onto the bomb carrier, but not quite, so Huxi relocates and goes in again. And Patsy stuck behind a wall of smoke. Is this Copenhagen Flames beginning an epic comeback trail?
It's got to be epic. But it looks like the previous round, the heroics of Yabi has kind of... It's a catalyst they needed. A hard-fought round. And this is after Spirit. Bear in mind, Copenhagen Flames, they get the opening duel. I think they take down Siren. And immediately we saw the aggression towards Jaguar from Magix and Patsy. And it was still 4v3 for Spirit, but Copenhagen Flames finally finding success on this A bomb site, Vince. This looks like the answer they were looking for all this while. And a hard-fought 3rd round, and all of a sudden now, a little bit of life for the Danes. Again, for some teams, 4 rounds, that could be enough. That could be enough for them to work with on the C once they head over to the CT side. And for Spirit, they know they had Copenhagen Flames against the ropes. They still do, if you ask me. And they want to close this out in maybe a 12-3 fashion. They had so much money in the bank, despite losing a few players, they're going to be able to have a very solid buy. And once more, this mid-contestation as Patsy looking to avenge himself. But Copenhagen Flames did decide, you know what? We're not going to be battling mid anymore. It's just not be working out for us. A little bit of delayed play coming out from Huxi. But what a well-placed flashbang from his teammate from Red. Able to blind him. But look at the play right above Patsy. He can be hunted down here.
Oh, he's got such a good read, though, of the situation. He knew he was being baited in. And in doing so, not just gets the kill, significant damage to Huxi, and now it forces their hand on an engagement on A. This time Siren, though, is going to pass the first test, goes back up, keeping himself alive, just needs to live long enough for a flank to come in which there is one through A main. And that's going to be Patsy. Although there's a smoke down, eventually that will be dwindling away. And then Patsy can show his hand. Huxi with a fake. And now Patsy has this round in the palm of his hands. There's 2. It could be a 3rd. It won't quite be enough. But he's done more than enough damage to get them across the finish line for an 11th time. And Dexter puts the final kill into position. Copenhagen Flames got 2 in a row, but that's where it came unglued. And now, as you said, the 12-3 half, it is possible.
Very much within the realm's possibility here, and this is such good awareness from Patsy, man. And then, of course, the flank as well. The second time we've seen on this in this half, we're just coming from behind and completely ruined Copenhagen Flames' day. Now, they do have the money for the buy, full utility for couple of the members. Mac 10 for Roy. As it looked about the mid, but it's going to be Patsy completely blinded. At least good for one. The trade is at least solid this time around. And for the first time in what feels like forever, Copenhagen Flames, they've snatched control of mid. And Yabby's pushing so deep towards red. There are no CTs watching his angle right now.
Smoke out as well to try and cordon off from the flank position. Has now just popped in. Magix realizes this is a distinct possibility. Although Patsy went down. He's picked up 20 frags in the first half, by the way. And Dex is not too far behind him. Chopper caught in the back. Small opportunity was given across to Zyphon, and he snatches it with both hands. That puts B in a bit of an awkward position, but Magic's playing behind the smoke. Once that clears, Yabby will be favourite to take him down, but I think he has such a good read of the situation that he's not going to be falling for this, and instead make sure that Yabby is his prey. Molly onto the site will stall a bit longer. There's a double flank in play. Siren from Con, and also Dexter coming in through the T-spawn. Oh, it so nearly takes the life of Zyphon, and that would have been huge. Siren, in the meanwhile, does find himself a player in the cave. And although it's a post-plant, the smoke's dwindling, 1-for-1 trade. Nikodos is stuck in the caves, and Siren maybe peeking the wrong side and gets knocked down by the Deagle. You mentioned it yourself, though, Blair. 4 rounds to some teams is enough on their T side. So although it's stacked in favor of Spirit, this is not done just yet.
Oh, this is not done just yet. No way, Jose. Huge rounds coming out from Copenhagen Flames in the dying embers of the first half. And that was such a well-played round. They knew they had the mid-control. Even the smoke, right? You could see the CTs were so convinced it was going to be an A play taking place. But Magic's, again, aware. His spider sense tingling. And once he catches the player pushing through the smoke near CD spawn, he immediately pivots back towards B. But again, they were getting wrapped around. But huge clutch shots coming out from Nikodos and his merry men. 11-4 here. Copenhagen Flames, I mean, I guess it goes without saying, Vince. The pistol round is imperative for them.
Oh, this is maybe one of the biggest pistol rounds, if not the biggest, in their entire careers when you consider what is on the line. A chance to make amends for the disappointments of the last major. They wouldn't be done, but it would be a struggle. Zyphon, in the meanwhile, is struggling to keep himself alive, but actually bounces back with 1 kill and doing significant damage in the process. Siren needs to make sure he doesn't overextend. The Molly's now going to clear, and Zyphon comes through with another one. Finally, the contingent from Donut's going to show its hand in the form of Dexter, but there's too many bodies littering the ground. Copenhagen Flames, we highlighted the importance of picking up this pistol, and it's looking like they're about to do just that.
They needed this pistol, and they've done it. They've won both the pistols here. You can see, finally, Vince, finally a couple of smiles being cracked. Huxley, he knows that was such an important round. That could have been the game-losing round there for Copenhagen Flames, but great hold from Zyphon. Fantastic stuff there. The flames from Spirit, the Molotov getting lobbed in right behind him, not spreading far enough, so he had cover from the boxes, and by the time he got taken down, he'd found 2 kills already. The backup had arrived, and Spirit, they walk into the lion's den and they get mauled. No bomb planted means it's just going to be the pistols, it's the Glocks and a P250 being purchased, and it's just going to come running in. It should be a shooting gallery here for Zyphon.
Nikodos is there as well. 1 kill does come back, and the bomb being dropped down is going to put more pressure on Chopper and Magix. They did pick up an M4, but it was for a brief moment, and it proves to be a poison chalice, but Magix is going to try his damnedest to put down some pain, and it's only the 2 kills. One thing I will highlight is we got the chance to cast Copenhagen Flames earlier in the tournament against BNE, and mid was a consistent problem. Yep. Huxley got killed so many times in mid with no help at all.
Yeah, and that's what happened. That's what transpired on the T side, right? But hopefully the CD side is going to be a whole different affair here if Copenhagen Flames are going to be bringing this one back. That was 16-14 win for Copenhagen Flames against Bad News Eagles. Yep. Again, Bad News Eagles, a team who are very, very capable on this map. And here we go. We do have the buy now coming in from Spirit. Not wasting any time in the previous round, just running in straight into the A bomb side and actually able to take away a couple of players. So they're going to be, for them, that's pretty much a win. And now, Copenhagen Flames, can they withstand this buy from Spirit? The first real test here on their CD side. You can see the smokes getting deployed, and that's going to be blocking off the entrance of Donut, and Zyphon's going to be playing outside of it.
Oh, that flash, though, forces him back. To the sanctuary of
that
Donut.
Smoke.
It's not great. There's a gap there. Is that by design, though? Are Spirit going to try and white swing that? No. They had no idea. That's a huge error. That's a huge mistake that has cost him dearly. As the bomb spilled down, and now Nikodos can go to the temple. There was an SG peek towards that location, but it's Patsy that removes the head of Nikodos. Zyphon, though, is still alive, still kicking alongside Huxi in the donut area. That smoke is going to clear fairly soon, but Patsy's dusting up the cobwebs on the CT side. Yabi's now fallen prey to his AK-47, and now the pressure is applying that much thicker and faster for Copenhagen Flames. Dexter has the angle covered, bodyguarding and safeguarding his bomb planter, and Huxi dealing damage but taking just as much in return. 23 HP and stuck in the corridor of uncertainty of Donut. This round is surely going the way of Spirit.
He needs to go for the save. There is not a chance in hell of him pulling this one back. He's waiting for a flank, which is never going to arrive. But what a crucial round there from Patsy, right? It was a very uncomfortable position for them. They didn't have any more smokes remaining, and they couldn't get the bomb down. Siren did a great job just tapping the C4, and then he realizes the CDs are going to be spamming away through the smoke from Donut. So what does Patsy do? He pushes into a CD spawn, creates enough space, and buys some time for Patsy to go for the safe plant behind the boxes. And despite the trades that take place, Spirit, the first buy round, they will come out on top. And look at Copenhagen Flames money, Vince. They had rifles. All of them had rifles the previous round, and now they're gone for the forced buy. MP9, CZs, a Deagle, as Patsy looks to wrest control of mid. He was blinded for a second. Now he slowly comes peering around the corner. The CZ in the hands of Huxi, not able to quite land any damage on him, but it's going to be the contact play towards B.
They misread the situation here. They assume that this is actually an eco. Well, it doesn't seem to matter. Magic's with 2 massive entries and still is cognizant of the fact that someone could be in that corner. This grenade could finish him off, but Yabi survives on 9 before he's perforated through the smoke. Huxi, was that a mid-air CZ headshot? Doesn't really matter because the end result is the same. Spirit not just take a 13th round, but as you said, that was a force.
That was a force. That was such a risky decision to make. And now if you look at the money for Copenhagen Flames, it's shattered. They have to go for the eco right now, and that means Spirit, well poised to get to round number 14. They have to go for the full save, Vince. At least so they will have a semblance of a buy come round number 21. But this should be Spirit winning pretty much with their eyes closed. Just the USPs, the default pistols for the CTs. Copenhagen Flames, just a full 5-man stack towards Red Room. They're going to try and use a smoke as a one-way. You can see Spirit not showing anything. They're going to be going straight in towards the A bomb site. Magic's trailing behind, ensuring there's no push coming in from the CTs. Just making sure there's no flanks possible. Magic's though getting dinked down. Might be hunted down here. Finally, he will fall, but there is Chopper to pick up the pieces. One player remains. That is Zyphon. Picks up an AK. Could find one, but he goes to go for the reload. A clean round. Only the one casualty for Spirit and for Copenhagen Flames. Do or die. They trail by 8 rounds. And Spirit just need 2 more. Vince, let me repeat that again. Spirit, a team no one expected to make it out of the RMRs. No one expected to make it out from the Challenger stage. No one expected to see in the arena are 2 rounds away from booking the ticket to the playoffs. What a story it's been.
It's been absolutely insane, and they are so close they can touch it. They've shown no signs of nerves. No signs of self-doubt at all. And Patsy, again, just driving home an entry. 23 kills to his name. 21 for Dexter, 21 for Magix. Everyone is firing on all cylinders here on Spirit. And in the meanwhile, Copenhagen Flames, who've just scraped together a bye, have lost their first player in the opening few moments of the round. And like you said, this is do or die. You lose this round, you will have so little to play with into the next round that it almost feels like it's a done deal.
Mid's going to be haunted by the ghost of Huxi. The number of times he's just died there without ever getting traded, without really finding much impact. And look at this, Vince. They pushed so very deep. Patsy's found the window. Oh, they can go pretty much everywhere they want. He's looking for more, though. There is a player holding the line, and Yabi, he needed to find a kill, and he will indeed. Nikodos as well, finding Chopper. Bear in mind, there's still another player inside a Jaguar, and the T's might not be expecting him there.
And Nikodos is actually going to go aggressive now as well. There's a flashbang over. Does connect. Oh, it's perfectly timed. I thought Nikodos maybe could get the better. And while Roy was uncertain as to his current position, because of losing the ramp player, he gets swarmed by Cave. And now Zyphon and Yabi, all that stand against Spirit, going for the plant. A bit of an off angle that could cost them a life, but it's an even trade. They'll take that. 15 seconds to play with. Zyphon needs impact. One kill comes through, but there is Dexter. And there is 9 match points, 9 playoff points for Spirit.
Now it's all about composing themselves. They know they have this one, Vince. They know they have Copenhagen Flames against the ropes. It's so very close right now. I love this. The flashbang to peek up ramp, they catch Nikodos, and they were still paranoid. They were still wary. There might be another CT inside of Jaguar to take care of him. Valiant attempt from Copenhagen Flames to go for the retake, but Dexter, he just seemingly does not seem to miss right now. Molotov failed, not quite able to really explode on the floor. Magic's making contact, finds Yabi. 4 more nails remaining in the coffin of Copenhagen Flames.
And they are being hammered in with surgical precision right now. Siren will be leading the charge outside of Donut. Zyphon with a measly FAMAS to try and fend this one off. First kill is good. Bobbing and weaving, slaloming between the boxes, and he's keeping this round just about alive before Chopper snatches his life away. And Dexter puts the bullet to the head of Nikodos. It's a 2-on-3. And Roy's going to stand his ground. This round might not be over just yet. 2 weakened players, 1 on either team. The Magic still comes out round the corner and puts the bullet in the head of Roy. Huxi, with just a CZ by his side, can maybe upgrade that weapon. There'll be a FAMAS, but that costs him his life, and Spirit qualified for the playoffs!
I don't believe it. What a fairy tale run it's been, Vince. Screw the doubters, screw the haters, they've done it. How have they done this? This lineup just coming together at the beginning of the year. They changed their entire lineup, got 2 new guns in. And I said I'm a Patsy stan, and he shows why. Everyone delivers. They show the win they had against Astralis and Ancient was not a fluke. And Copenhagen Flames, they know, Vince. They know this was